The news and views expressed herein are the sole property of Kenosha Today. Certain portions of this program may be unsuitable for children, sensitive adults, small animals, and the general public.
That's us.
Viewer discretion is advised. Well, Uncle Scottie, what do you think?
Let's rock and roll, Elmo. 4th of July.
Independence Day. It's
right.
Independence Day. Every day is the 4th, or it can be the 4th of July, but you have to call it Independence Day.
My Independence Day was January
Day-
3rd, 1999.
That's going to bring that up.
Well, I'm not a crook.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scottie Barter along with my co-host, Elmo the Insane Schneider, and we welcome you to the July 4th Independence Day edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. We're talking about Independence Day just briefly. I remember where it was. Everybody remembers where they were when Kennedy was shot. Mm-hmm. I remember my birth dates of my two young daughters at the time. Of course, they were young. They were born. Mm-hmm. And I also remember my Independence Day, January 3rd, 1999, 10 o'clock in the morning. Again,
I don't remember those dates. I got to, but
it's all a blur. Again, we are coming to you live and local from the Barter Manor studio, which we're going to be calling home indefinitely, probably at least through the summer, as we get closer to September 1st, and we get some people that want to, as the things level off a little bit, we'll hit the road. We are streaming live across the very warm and muggy cornfields of the Midwest and streaming to everyone all around the country. Like Elmo pointed out earlier, before we went on the air, perfect weather for the last part of June, the last 3 weeks in July, just when you have Summerfest.
Canceled.
Canceled. And you got all these events, you got this great weather, and everything's canceled. That's usually how things work out, right? We are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with Union Park Tavern and a host of other very fine local businesses. As I mentioned before, Elmo and myself remain committed to the Kenosha area and will continue to broadcast live and local, bringing you the best, most up-to-date news, weather, sports, and entertainment. And, as we get maybe towards the end of the summer, we'll have some musical guests, or at least tape something and play it. In fact, we have an event at Union Park Tavern. Wouldn't be bad to film some of that.
If they do quite a bit of it, actually, and put it on their Facebook page. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find somebody.
Nothing professional, but they kind of...
They came to the right place.
Speaking of nothing professional, they do live stream Psy on Sunday afternoons. So
I went in there last Sunday, and it was a little before 4 about, you were with me. Mm-hmm. And Psy's like, he's like this, and I says, this is buddy Matt, I think his name is. Yep. He's setting at all his equipment. I says, we better check the guy and see if he's got a pulse. He's probably one of the million that got a stimulus check thinking he was dead. And if you want to watch the replay of any of this, you no longer have to wait for a specific time. You simply go to KenoshaTodayBreakfastClub.com on Facebook, hit the button, and away you go.
Okay. No, that's not.
No, all right.
KenoshaToday.com.
Okay, there you go.
We'll have it, or the Kenosha Today...
Breakfast Club.
No. There is no Kenosha Today Breakfast Club.
It's the Facebook, right?
Facebook is just Kenosha Today with Scott Barter.
And everybody can now sign up with the thousands of our fans who have joined the Kenosha Today.
Easy to find us here.
And like us on Facebook. As you can see, our phone number, 262-597-3020. It is 80 degrees here in the Kenosha Today Nation this morning. Stock market did pretty good this week, closing at 25,827. They weren't open yesterday. That's pretty good for only 4 days. Had a gain of about 812, so we're still averaging 25,000 in the mid there. So as long as we don't tank it and You know, it all depends.
Jobs are coming back.
Jobs are coming back, and it depends who you talk to. Either we're going to surge up by October, or we're going to. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any middle. But I hope
Depends
so.
on who they're supporting. The election
well,
is what their opinion is.
And so from the pandemic room, Star Spangled Saturday starts right now.
We got some advice for you, Scotty.
Okay.
Those who drink a fifth on the 4th will not come forth on the 5th.
He's my boy. Speaking of the 4th, you know, with everything else closed, we're not having a parade in Summers, and we're not having the fireworks. And I don't know why they're doing this, but the vehicle access to Simmons Island is going to be blocked off today. Now, I was down there yesterday because Jay and I went down to the yacht club, which apparently had just opened a couple days earlier, and now nobody's going to get there. Now, you can still get to Simmons Island, but you're going to have to walk.
Well, we missed a golden opportunity here, Scotty. Pogo stick rentals. We could rent them a pogo stick right there at 50th and 7th Avenue, and they could just pogo it down there. So that's...
God, we're always a pogo stick short and a dollar short.
That's right.
So anyway, and this would have been an opportunity for city officials to show some leadership and open up parking over there right across in that on Sheridan Road there where they've done this before, and run the gas trolley to help people over there. But no, they don't want to do that. They just want to try to push people
I
around.
think they use that for parking for the public market.
Oh, that's going on.
That's
today,
right
too.
across the street.
I forgot about that.
That's right.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, geez, that's going to be a busy.
Besides, you're going to cram people on the trolley. You know that's the.
Yeah.
You must maintain social distancing. You know.
Hell, the ride will kill you.
Yep.
And as we said, there's no fireworks. I guess
Legal ones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, see, you know, my God, last night you hear the fireworks going off all over the place, and some of them sound just like the ones that done by the professionals, and of course they limited.
I was reading an article that all of the United States is pretty much sold out of fireworks. Yeah. So
well, here
this will be interesting.
I came up with this in Minnesota. They are reminding residents it's illegal to buy, own, light any fireworks, and Wisconsin's reminding those residents the good stuff is just right across the border.
That's it.
St. Paul had only 191 fireworks complaints all of basically last year. This year they got 664 calls just in the month of June.
It's kind of like Barter Manor. You know, when you offered me a cocktail one time, and I got this rot gut stuff, and I said, "Where do you hide the good stuff?"
Well, you got an expiration date on there, so you know, it's in the jar with pickles. I guess this is a news flash. Not a lot of people have learned about this. Late yesterday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, a Wisconsin Court of Appeals overturned the Racine ordinance that a judge 2 days had struck down, saying Racine, their ordinance to lock their city down was unconstitutional. Well, this overturned that, and all the restrictions in Racine are in place, and so this is going to stay in place.
Good for them. Come to Kenosha.
That's right. You know what? We've seen more activity in downtown Kenosha because Racine is locked down. Bring your money to town. Leave the gangsters at home. And from Illinois people, abundance of Illinois cars. So in Racine, some of their rules were restaurants, 50% of max capacity, additional guidelines pertaining to gyms, fitnesses. You know, enough's enough with this. If you don't want to go there, then don't go there. And
so we've been saying all along. So,
but then all of a sudden, then everybody gets nervous because we had big spikes in
stop
Florida.
Watching television except for this program. That's the whole thing. They're only there to frighten you.
Well,
they have no idea what they're talking about.
They're doing a good job. I mean, you got Florida. They closed all their beaches today. And then you've got Arizona, Texas, and California. And now they're issuing, one of the states issued stay-at-home orders. And, you know, the governors are getting them, just stay out of it.
It's all about control. They want to control your lives. You will be like a sheep and walk lockstep with the brown shirts.
Okay. Another lawsuit that was overturned, the Seventh Court of U.S. Court of Appeals ruling that signaled it would not hear oral arguments until late September of the voting thing.
We have a call here,
Okay.
Scotty. We actually, something is weird here. We have 2 calls. Okay.
All right. That's the number?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, something went crazy here. Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Are you sure?
Not really. How
You idiot!
Thank you.
It's the most god-awful shirt I've ever seen.
Hey, I'm patriotic.
Well, that neither here nor there. It's the most god-awful shirt I've ever seen. I didn't say you were patriotic.
You want to see my matching underwear?
Yes, I was going to ask you, is that a firecracker in your pants, or are you just happy to hear from me?
It's an M80.
It's one of those short rounds.
Yes, I was going to, an M80. I think you're exaggerating, Elmo.
You know, I really don't have to take this abuse.
Sure you do.
I could have stayed married, you know. Okay, keep talking. I got my choices.
But I was just waiting for you to bury yourself.
Yeah. Hey, I hear today is Lenny Palmer's birthday. I thought you'd be over to his house. His
No,
apartment.
that was the day before yesterday.
That's right. Well, no.
Today's the 4th. His birthday's today. It's on Facebook.
That's when they found him.
Oh, he tried to get
No,
away.
what is today?
The 4th of July, right?
Oh, that's right.
No, that's when they found him in the desert of New Mexico after the Roswell UFO crash.
We should,
He was
Well,
brought.
well,
he-
we shouldn't
you
be.
invited him to your shindig today, didn't you?
We're not having a shindig. We're going to meet at the conference, Norma, if you can make it.
You're not having your Scott Barter annual super picnic party?
No, some of our
There's-
attendees were.
There's something else that there's a conflicting events
Yeah.
that came up against it. So
So we're gonna meet at the regular place for conference at the boathouse, and you're welcome to join us. But you better wear something patriotic.
I have something patriotic. It's a martini shirt.
I'll wear my super sausage pants.
You've got one thing on your mind, don't you?
Well, not when I'm around you, big boy.
Okay. Are you one
firecracker.
of those lighting off? Speaking of firecrackers, do you light firecrackers off in your neighborhood?
Certainly not. No.
No disturbing the peace there.
I can't. First of all, I'll be in part Pakistan. I'll probably blow something up.
Yeah, like a camel. Hey, that brings up a good question. How do you celebrate? Well, what day is in lieu of the 4th of July in Pakistan?
Well, we Brits never gave it much thought.
Obviously, neither have you.
Yeah, that's true. You caught me off guard.
Caught you with your pants down again.
Well, yes, we do celebrate that day.
Hey, marry your favorite sheep.
Go ahead.
Don't pull down pants routine. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like it's like Kenosha. Pull your pants down and bend over and take it.
Are you available for kids' parties?
I am.
This is quite a routine you got.
As long as the mommy is over 21.
Oh. Well, see, as long as you're going after the mom, listen.
And we're looking at.
See what the grandmother looks like. See what kind of machinery she's got.
I don't want to bury them. I want to just borrow them.
So you got big plans for a cookout today, or what?
No, I might come and visit you two knuckleheads.
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, I'm supposed to. I had a test.
What, you go cut the ribbon at the boathouse for their taco buffet or something?
No. I had a test yesterday, and I'm supposed to be quarantined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of test did you have?
Oh, for VD, you dummy. What the hell you think I had a test for?
I thought it was IQ.
IQ, yeah, an IQ. 0.08.
Hey, well, Carlo, stick your finger in his butt.
Oh.
I had that done yesterday. Not by him. Not by him.
Oh, and I don't want to hear about your love life. But anyway, and our testing was for
The virus.
the kissing disease. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you pass?
Well, do you think it was inappropriate for the doctor to put his tongue down my mouth? That was out of line.
Depends on what the doctor looked like.
Yeah. His name was
Walt.
Wendell.
Oh, I know a doctor named Wendell. So.
Yeah. You know, they got all of this fancy computer equipment, you know, for the weight and the blood pressure and all is computerized. And he opens the drawer and I know what's coming next. And I says, hey, well, all this, we're in a computer age. Isn't there a better way to do this? As he's putting the glove on with a smile on his face. I know where his class ring is now. So anyway.
So,
Did he
what
get
are
it
you telling
back?
me? You want me to bring a box of rubber gloves with me?
Actually, somebody gave me some. I got some that
I could soak it in the cheese sauce.
cheddar.
Which finger do you prefer, the small one or the big one?
I think this is going not in the direction of medical science. You know what? If the scarf lady, Dr. Birx and Fauci watch this segment, this is going to set back medical science 20 years.
Oh, to advance it.
Or maybe advance it. Yeah, I can just see the three of us on the next task force briefing. Okay, baby. Hey, you wear a scarf.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, a scarf in the heels. Yeah, now I'm coming to life your thinking.
And then when you first get up there and you say,
I like them with hoop earrings. I like them with big hoop earrings too. Yeah, scarf, stilettos, and hoop earrings. What do you think, Elmo?
Sounds good to me.
here's
Since
the
we're going down this path of disaster.
yeah. Hey, the first thing you say is, Elmo, thank you for your leadership. And
That's
then,
right.
Elmo, thank you for your leadership.
I'm glad to oblige.
Now pick up the tab.
Okay, well, I know you've had enough of this.
Yeah. That's
This gaiety.
the gaiety.
Yes.
God. You know, there's enough rumors out there about this. I don't need any more.
Are you going to have that one? Are you going to have that one hooker show up at the bar? I'd like to see that.
Oh, the one from last week? Was
Yeah,
it? Oh,
I
you
like
were there
for-
when she was there.
Yeah.
Some extra money just to see
We
what
only
you'll do on top of the bar.
She would have been out of our price league, I think. I said 300, but this gal had to go for a little more than that. But hey, you start the bidding.
Huh? I'll go 300.
In Wisconsin, 300 won't even get you. Won't even get you off the deck at the boathouse. You better come up. You better have a fancy line, and do something quick. And of course, for 300, she'll take you. And
Well, I'll follow your lead there, Captain Nova.
yeah, right.
Hey, Gunga, we got the conference call thing figured out, so we can conference in with Shirley if she calls. So.
Oh, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's quite easy.
Oh, how nice.
well, if she calls, he can just call us back, right?
Does that mean we can have a three-way?
Oh, here she is.
She is. Well, just stay right there.
Let's see if this thing
Let's see
works.
if this thing works. Don't you like to be on the cutting edge of Kenosha Today technology?
Oh, the beer cans and string didn't work.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
Oh,
Happy
my-
4th.
Can
Good morning, my love potato. Hi, I was hoping I could talk to you, Gunga. How the heck are you?
And we have
Oh,
we have Mickey here, too.
Knucklehead.
All right.
Oh, what do you think I got it?
Hey, you two lovebirds, hang on. Mickey's going to join us for a four-way.
There's nothing like a
Good morning.
At your love life.
Okay, hey, Mickey, can you hear us?
You two.
Oh, my God, this is working. Jeez. God, you love it when a plan comes together. All right, now one.
How's everybody doing?
Okay, one at a time. Go ahead, Mickey. You go first, and then we'll go to Shirley, and then we'll go to Bimbo. Go ahead.
How's everybody doing? I've got my Barter's Life Matters t-shirt on.
Okay.
I need it here today. Kind of
You want to ask him if he's like a rubber glove? Oh, you'd have to
Okay, let Shirley talk now. Go ahead, Shirley.
I hope you're going to play the flag. That I love
You got it
that.
on.
Yeah, we can
Gotta
do that.
play
We'll play it at the end.
The flag.
We'll play it at the end because we weren't going to, but since by request, Elmo's got it in the system. We'll play it at the end.
Oh, good. That you have to for 4th of July. Mm-hmm. And I love your shirt. Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Hey, how about that, Gunga? She loves my shirt.
I just love you.
No.
You could be hanging out from a pole on my porch.
That's right. Yeah.
Upside
No,
down.
don't encourage these guys upside down.
Strung up by the ankles. Yeah, okay.
I
That's,
want to know if before the NFL games we can play the Irish national anthem.
yeah, there's an idea.
You know what? Are you referring to the first week? I saw this the other day, that the NFL in the first week is going to play the regular anthem and sung, or I don't know, some recording of the new Black Lives Matter national anthem. Did you know that? That's true.
Yep.
Well, that anthem is called Lift Every Voice and Sing It. It's been around since 1905.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, well, you're a wealth of information. Gunga, how come I can't get stuff like that out of you?
Because you never asked me anything smart.
Maybe it's the way you portray yourself. Shirley, you got something to contribute that's smart, don't you?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. It's unbelievable. I know we talked about this before, but the fireworks in
Yep.
our neighborhood are and so loud, and like 2, 3 in the morning. I wonder what they're going to be tonight. If they all gone, or I don't know.
Well, just don't go.
I don't know about that, Shirley. I heard there's a lot of fireworks in your house, and the neighbors are complaining about you and your husband arguing. Calm down.
That could easily be.
Actually, in Barter Manor, we don't have fireworks anymore. And gals have been practicing social distancing from 6 blocks away.
There's a couple of duds every once in a while.
What's the name of that movie? Failure to Launch. Huh?
You haven't had any women show up and just throw up all over your kitchen floor. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You got it.
Gunga, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about what they're doing to the statue of Gandhi?
I really haven't given it much thought because he's an Indian and he's not a Pakistani.
Yeah, come on, Dennis.
Oh, that's right. He's their mortal enemy.
If I was an Indian, I'd be more concerned. But I'm so not Pakistani.
Hey, you know what? Listen to this. It almost has apparently Trump come up with this idea of taking all these statutes that they're taking down.
Now they're going to make new ones.
Yeah, make new ones and put them all in a gated national park, apparently.
Yep.
It's like a history thing. Mm-hmm. And so they asked me if I was going to have my statue put in there. And of course, you guys know what the pigeons do to statues, don't you? Especially mine.
Mr. Barter?
Yeah.
Mr. Barter.
Yes.
You turn your head and pop, please.
I did enough of that yesterday. Let's see what I was going to ask you. Oh,
It's so nice to hear you. It's so good that I can talk to you.
this is really neat.
If Letty ever has another, if this contagious virus ever subsides, I will see when Lenny's shindig. I hope so. We all would like to see you. Oh, I doubt that.
Well, let's not go promoting an AM on our
Yeah, you're right.
another show.
Especially someone from outer space.
Yeah.
You could show up at the Boathouse Brothel today.
Did you say boathouse?
The Boathouse Brothel. Yes.
Ah, yes.
Hey, Dennis, you said you had to be someplace in Kenosha at 3. Well, come in early and meet us at the conference. You'll be there by.
I gotta go down to Long Grove.
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
So Shirley.
Mickey's back on now.
Oh,
Shirley. Hi, Mickey.
Shirley,
Yes.
Dennis and Nancy told me to say hello to you. And hello.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, God Almighty.
Come
Come
I
on.
ask about you, yeah.
I hope you're both well.
Elmo, you're responsible
We
for
are, as
that.
long as we can listen to as long as we can listen to Kenosha today, we'll be fine.
How many calls can we take at one time?
Well, I have it
Don't
set to
forget,
maximum.
You can listen to them on
Us and four.
Wednesday, Tuesday at 5, Wednesday at 6 on Channel 14.
Hey,
promo.
what a plug.
Hey, I was telling Gunga.
That's surely doing voiceovers now.
Yeah,
huh?
right.
That's right.
Shirley, I got to ask you.
Robert?
I got to ask you a question, Shirley. Last Saturday, Elmo and I were in the boathouse, and this lady of the evening came in, and of course we didn't. No, wait a minute. And
I think she works in the daytime too, but that's.
we estimated $300. Hypothetically, you come in. How much would you charge us?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have?
There's a pot in Shirley's garage to pay for that. Scott.
Yeah, right. You said it. That's right. That's right.
Hey, Gunga, how much?
Shirley, just tell that imbecile it's proprietary information, cash and carry only.
Oh, listen to you, proprietary. Where'd you get that term? That's not a Pakistani term.
Well, that's the last time I pulled your pants down.
Dennis, don't laugh at him. You're just encouraging him. This is.
Gunga, how's your camels?
Oh, sure. Hey, Gunga, how's your camel?
That's Mr. Barter. They're in his garage.
Gunga, how's your
I heard
camels?
Gunga. I heard at Pakistani barbecues, there's nothing like a smoked camel.
Oh my God.
You're correct. And after Mr. Barter makes love to one, he has a smoke also.
Dennis, this is not that funny. I mean, don't encourage him. You're like throwing gas on the fire.
That's right.
I wouldn't want to smoke camel. No, that does not sound good.
Mr. Barter's a camel smoker from way back.
Yeah.
A two-humper.
Scott, just put the show on automatic pilot, Scott.
I think we
Yeah,
might
yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
You know, our thought was today to do this later if everybody had been around and just
On one of them?
and just.
Is that on one of your thoughts there, Mr. Barter?
No, it's just anyway, and we were just going to let the cameras roll, but a lot of
This
people.
is almost as good.
This is yeah, and let's see. Oh, Dennis, are they having fireworks out in Waterford tonight?
I don't believe Waterford, but some of the communities, I think Union Grove's having them and Burlington's having them.
Yep.
Okay, now Gunga, down in your area, they won't have actual fireworks, but they'll just have the normal shootings, right?
That's correct. That's yes.
Well, hey, listen.
They're supplying Molotov cocktails.
That was the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
thing up here. Chicago had 8 shot overnight, and Milwaukee was lagging because they only given 109%. They only 5 were fatally shot in a 20-hour period in Milwaukee. So I think we would all agree that's perfect reason why we should defund the police departments, right?
Yep.
Oh, yes, the over and under for Chicago shootings is 12 for this weekend.
That's pretty low.
That's pretty low. Elmo and I think. Go ahead.
Hey, I got to bug out because I got to leave now, but I want to just say to all of you, you're all great Americans, and I love you all.
Just remember, Dennis, remember, I was a veteran on our side.
That's right. And aren't you happy that you fought for this?
Yeah, so I can sit here on the 4th of July wearing this.
Nancy, my love to Dennis and Nancy.
Thank you, Shirley.
All right, thanks for
Hey.
One-
One
one at a time.
Scott and Elmo. And Elmo, I love your shirt. I'm looking at it. It's really,
Martinis.
really.
Scott, Elmo, take it easy, guys.
All right, Dennis, thanks for calling.
Work.
All right, Dennis.
Bye-bye.
All right, we lost Dennis. Sure, are you still there? We got a couple minutes left if you guys want to say something. You and Gunga.
Yeah, I'm still here.
What are you wearing, Shirley?
I've got a red blouse on and blue pants and white socks, so I'm all right for the 4th of July.
Yep.
It's going to be 90 degrees. Why are you wearing socks?
Well, I always wear socks. I love socks.
Oh, God.
I got the hair on, so it's nice in here. Nice and cool in here.
Yep.
Gunga, what are you wearing, big boy?
What do you want?
We don't wanna know.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my leopard briefs
What's
in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
With black knee-high socks and sandals, right?
That's right.
That's you.
You look like one of those things on a porn channel. Sorry, Shirley, but he
Yeah, that's okay.
he had it coming.
But Shirley's hosted the porn channel before, so don't worry about her.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Shirley, my granddaughter, Sunrise Sammy can't do the weather. You want to do the weather for me right now?
Okay.
Anytime you want to start.
He's doing it for me already.
It's gonna be.
Okay,
hot.
wait a minute. Hold on. I got to build up the act. Just a second. Today's Kenosha Today Radar Weather is sponsored by Capo Web Design. Don't go away, which is a locally owned web design development business here in Kenosha, specializing in website design, development, maintenance, site services, and support, who actually designed and is currently developing our site, KenoshaToday.com. For more information, you can visit www.capowebdesign. And we have a double treat. You're going to give us the Wisconsin weather, and Gunga, you can give us a three excitement deal here. You can give us the weather from Pakistan and in Illinois. Go ahead, Shirley. You go first.
Okay. Today it's the 4th of July. It's going to be in the 80s. And tomorrow I heard it's going to be in the 90s. And in the next at least 5 days we're going to have above average in the 90s, above average.
Okay.
So be prepared. And I like it hot, so it doesn't bother me at all. I like it.
Go ahead, Gunga. She
Doesn't
lobbed.
matter. I like hot weather.
All right, Gunga. She lobbed him up and put
That's
it on a
right.
tee for you. Go ahead, big boy.
Yes, in Illinois, I'm sweating through my diaper. That hot. I'm also watching dog manure melt actually on the sidewalk. It's that hot. And in Pakistan, the bombs are lighting themselves. The Molotov cocktails needn't be lit by fire, but only by the oxygen with which they exist.
And are you done?
No.
Oh.
I love you, Shirley, and I miss you, and I will see you soon.
Oh, I hope so,
All right.
Gunga.
We'll see you at the conference.
Love you too.
We'll see if you
I
can.
love you, Elmo. I love you, Scott. I love
Oh, boy.
I love you, Scott. I love you.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Have a great day, Gunga.
Adios.
We'll see you later. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.
Happy 4th. The happy 4th.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there you have it, folks, directly from the Kenosha Today weather deck here at Barter Manor, the most up-to-date and the most complete weather report anywhere on the planet. You can tune in to Kenosha Today for all your weather information, or when severe weather strikes, then in that case, we don't really care. Don't bother us, because quite frankly, you're all on your own. Well, that worked out really good, Elmo. I like that system. You know, nowhere does anybody have a deal like that. I can
Nope.
probably put this away, huh? I didn't hang it up.
okay.
I didn't hang it up, but where we can take more than got 3 people on the same line.
Yep.
That's
Any more than that, I think, would get a little difficult to manage.
yeah. And as long as you talk.
Yep.
You know, some of these shows, it just gets a little annoying when you got 3 people shouting at each other. You know, and even the major.
It's like one of those stupid cable television shows
Yeah,
where they
I
yell
don't
at each
know.
other.
I don't know why they line 3 people up and they let them all talk, and it's just you
They
can't
just try to talk
understand them.
over each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we don't need to take a break. We'll just keep on going here with a little bit more here. You know, they finally cleaned up that nonsense up in Seattle.
Well, it's going to take them weeks to clean that up.
Well, they cleaned out the protesters.
Yeah, well, for the most part, they left. But
Your thoughts on that? They should have never allowed to do that?
no.
I mean,
Well, the mayor there is an idiot. She was all for it. So
well, I guess she thought.
wait for the lawsuits now.
Oh yeah, some kid, a 19-year-old kid was it 19 or 16?
He wasn't innocent. He was there.
He was there, and his dad.
How about here's for an idea? You know,
Stay away.
Stay away.
You're alive today.
That's right.
And he wasn't killed by a cop either.
Nope.
And now his dad's all upset because the police didn't notify him. Well, you know, in all
he
of this.
chose to go there.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
sorry.
there's risk involved. So.
I'm sorry he's dead. I really am.
Yep.
But,
That's bad when anybody dies.
here's a way to do this, Elmo, to overcome the defunding the police plan. A Florida sheriff said he's going to deputize every lawful gun owner in his county. This is in Clay County in Florida. So you want to defund the police? He's got the authority in case something happens. Anybody that owns a gun,
That's right.
here's your badge, and forget the training. Just wear it down on the hip and quick to draw. And then he says, in this county, he's going to deputize him. I think this defunding the thing. I think was it that idiot mayor in New York, De Blasio, $1 billion.
$1 billion. Going, okay, we'll see how things. Already the crime rate's skyrocketing out there.
Wait till this happens this weekend out there.
Los Angeles too is doing it.
And a lot of the police.
Milwaukee, Madison, Minneapolis. Okay,
Minneapolis
we'll
has
see what
already
happens.
voted to start with something else. You're going to privatize it and call it whatever you want, but you got to have law and order. Otherwise, you just turn the keys over to the mad people, and you're going to see many more of what happened in Seattle. So, protesters decried police brutality and racism, call for police reform. Psst, forget the training. Get a gun and, hey, join the staff. And, some of those guys are probably better shots than the police, down in Florida.
I just record gun sales. The gun stores can't keep guns or ammo on the shelves, and kind of the dangerous thing is you got a lot of first-time gun buyers there that have never handled a weapon or done anything like that, and it would behoove them to get some training in this thing. Go to your gun range, take safety courses, do stuff like that.
Now, to own a gun,
just don't have a gun like those. The people in St. Louis, you could tell by the way they're handling guns, they never had picked one up before in their lives. So
now, to own a gun in Wisconsin, you can go buy one and
go
wait
buy
for
it.
3 days, right? You don't.
Well, no, they have the government has 3 days to get the background check back. If they don't return it within 3 days, you get the gun.
Okay, but there's no.
It's not a 3 day wait. They could return it in 1 day and you get your gun. That's
Now,
all.
if you wanted to have a conceal and carry permit, you can just apply it for that online. I think. I think I saw.
Well, you have to take a training course for
okay,
concealed
that's
carry.
it.
But Wisconsin is open carry. You don't need a.
Oh, you don't need a permit.
You can walk around with your AK-47 and as long as they're out in the open, that's perfectly legal.
That's what was going on in Madison for all the protests. Those guys.
Well, think of the hunters. Hunter doesn't need a concealed carry. He's walking around in the woods with a shotgun. Why do you need concealed carry for that?
Well, now.
We have a call, Scott.
Uh-oh.
You can guess who this is.
I don't know.
Scottie. Hello.
Good morning.
Captain Mike.
Oh, God. Good morning, Scottie. How are you? Good morning, Elmo.
What did
morning.
you think you were calling?
Well, no, but there's a recorded message that comes out and it says you'll hear a boop boop and then you'll be connected. We'll have you on hold so you can hear the show.
No, what?
And you talk to me directly, and they never went boop boop like the message.
No, you misunderstood. When it says poop poop, then we go live.
But Captain, it doesn't do that until I click the magic button.
My friend Linda, sing a little bit. She's singing on my porch. Let's sing a little.
Who?
I'm going to sing Heidi Ho. Heidi Ho. Oh, Heidi. Minnie the Rip. No, Jack the Ripper. No, Minnie the Mooch.
Wait a minute. Who is it? Who is the? Captain, all right. Pause. Now hit her one in the chops and put her on pause. Who is singing?
Who is this?
Who is singing?
Linda, my friend Linda, Linda Kelly.
Oh, okay. Do I ever met Linda?
You
I don't know.
call her by a certain name.
Oh, that's Linda. Okay. No, squirrel.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't. She has a stage.
I'm not watching.
Yeah, okay, now I know.
Now I don't. Oh, now I know the rest.
We've got names for everybody, and Linda's.
Everybody's got a nickname around this figure.
She
Go ahead.
she's a pretty talented musically, right? Didn't she play the harp or the
That was her favorite, but she was supposed to play at the markets, and she said the alderman at Ray Forgiati said she can't play for some reason because the alderman said they're not going to have music. So she drove up to it, and then she stopped by the house to say hello.
So she came all the way to play, and he didn't give her enough courtesy to say no until she gets here?
I guess not. You want to explain that? Why? I don't know. She says she didn't know. I guess the musicians, because of the cold, she thought she was going to play.
Well, I got to tell you,
Which Trump Harbor.
Oh, but having her play at the Harbor Market is not going to bring in. Then, if that's the case, cancel that whole Harbor Market down there in a second. Take them all off the street.
It doesn't make any sense to me, you know.
None of this makes any sense.
Yeah.
There's so many crazy things, you know.
Well, how long is she going to be around this afternoon? Bring her over to the conference.
What's that up?
I said if she's going to be around,
Okay, all right.
bring
okay.
her over to the conference. Hey, were you?
On my porch, if you want to come by, I got booze and I got beer in the cooler.
What makes you think Elmo and I drink booze?
Because I know you for quite a while now. I mean, I know you probably threw 32 tanker trucks of booze. I mean, it's been a while, man.
Hey, I have a question to ask you. I saw you going to the yacht club. Were you going down there to pick up Jay as his Uber driver?
Yes, I was. No, I just figured I just take a ride. I like going down there. It's downhill, and then the scooter goes real fast, so I do it smooth.
Did you go
Then
back?
if I see somebody's car, no, I didn't. I went to, I
Oh.
don't know where the hell I went to, some bar somewhere, I don't know.
Well, Jay and I were the only ones in there. They just apparently opened up. You know, it'd be nice to tell somebody, but now the island's going to be shut. You can go there, but you can't take
gotta
a car
walk.
over. So,
The neighborhood is packed here. You wouldn't believe it, like by my house.
Yeah.
There's families, it's like going to the promised land with coolers or something. It's just an endless procession of people.
hey,
Coolers and kids.
if I can't find a spot, can I park in your thing? In your
Well, sure you can.
driveway? Okay.
Well, no, where are we going to sit out there?
Oh,
Yeah, you can scrunch it over, sure. No problem.
all right. I'll figure something out. Hey, I can
Figure it out.
just park in your living room again, can I? You do all the time.
No.
I got a picture of Captain parked in his living room, and I don't think I can publish it.
Do you have that someplace?
My brakes, they say.
It's on my computer now.
We have a picture, but it's not on this computer. Had we known this was going to lead to this, we'll bring it next week. And so,
I don't know if that's suitable for publication.
well, you put the disclaimer on. That's what that should be covered.
Yeah. Hey, I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks for calling. All right.
Oh,
Bye.
you're welcome. Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Oh, now I know what's talking to us. Anyway, where were we at here? Oh, we got a few minutes left. We're talking about guarding. Apparently, the National Guard is being deployed to protect the monuments in Washington, D.C., but they are not going to issue them any bullets. If you're going to go there and you have
I've heard that before someplace, but
we don't want to go there. I've heard told that story too many times. You know, it's unfortunate that back in, I think it was 70, when the 6 kids got killed in Kent State, and at the time when they bring the National Guard in, those M16s were still able to file a 16-round clip just on automatic. Well, after that happened, they took the clips off and put an adapter so you only could put 1 round at a time, and any ammo had to be authorized by that governor. So I guess, you don't want to take guys and just give them full round clips, although you got guys protesting at the Capitol and they got full round clips. So anyway, this was in the paper today that some of the rural schools, Elmo, are surveying the parents on.
yeah, you know what the surveys are coming back? Open them up like normal.
Well, yeah, 70% are the people.
I need to go back to work, and I
Back
need
to school.
And what am I going to do with my kid if
Yeah.
you're not going to have him in school?
Exactly. 70% said the children should. Now, the unified should follow suit. The last we heard from Sunrise Sammy, they were going 10 a day, 10 students per classroom, and only 2 days of school. Forget that. You go to school, and even if they probably should have some safeguards. Only 6% of the families said they wanted their children to continue virtual instruction. Fine. Stay home, save us the money. Mm-hmm. And
Homeschool.
homeschool. I'm thinking now. I think it's the state that pays, because I have that count, and it determines how much money the state pays the Unified School District. I thought it was almost close to $10,000 per student.
I think it's higher. It's some ridiculous figure.
So if you elect to homeschool your child, isn't that where you can get a voucher and you don't?
No.
that doesn't- it just
That's
doesn't
if
against
you
the
go
count.
to a charter school.
okay, all right.
You can apply like I think both St. Joe's and Shoreland are approved to get a voucher,
right.
for them. So,
But if you elect a homeschool, that's just one less money the state pays to the unified school district.
that's why there's a certain day they want all the kiddies to show up,
Yes.
even though they skip class every other day.
Yeah,
so.
that's the Friday counting. I think
yeah.
it's the second Friday in
September. Yeah, it's right after the school year starts.
And I remember some years ago, I think it was a principal, Gordy Hess, was offering prizes because he was the principal of Frank forever. Great guy, did a fantastic job. Prizes for people to show up to
for school. All right, Chicago's the same way. Make sure you may not send your kid any other day, but show up today because we want the cash. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
And this was pro football. Apparently, is supposed to start. They eliminated 2 preseason games, and now the Packers are saying they're preparing for a season with either no fans or significantly reduced fans. And
given the size of that, you could put 5,000 people in there and keep them so far apart that that would be easy to do.
I
So.
think it seats
County Stadium too for base, or County Stadium, Miller
that's
Park, or
41
whatever the hell they call it
42,000,
now.
right? And but football, I think Packers Lambeau Field now seats close to 80.
No, it's not that. It's about.
Well, yeah, it is now that when they put that last new addition all the way up.
Yeah,
on
well,
the top.
maybe in the.
But
They can't put people in the luxury boxes. You're too close together. You've got one person in it, 1 or 2 people in a luxury box.
how about this for a thought? You sign a waiver. I go to the game. I take my chances. And
I heard the Bears are doing that. You got to sign a COVID waiver. If you come down with COVID, you can't sue the Bears. So that's.
well, and then if you don't want to do that, that's your choice. You don't have to. But can you imagine the revenue that's going to be lost?
Sure.
By the Packers
all over the
and,
place.
I think this was the letter that CEO Mark Murphy wrote. Although the organization remains optimistic, there's a possibility that Lambeau Field will be unable to host fans for games this year. Murphy
Wants to go there anyway to watch the players protest after every play. So that's
Yeah.
play the game.
Mark Murphy's going to be a next field goal kicker for the Bears. Gungo's going to be appreciated of him. And more young people are testing positive for. I'm so tired of listening to this. Kenosha
More
County,
fear-mongering.
What's her name? Dr.
My thing is, so what?
Fair
Everybody's going to get it sooner or later. If you're healthy, you'll shake it off. If you die, you're going to die. That's it.
Yeah, I agree, Elmo. I bought into it. I bought into this thing in March and into April and into May. But, enough's enough with the money we lost. And what did we have in Kenosha County? 1,500 and some tested positive. 84 have considered to have recovered. Only 43 deaths, of which 35 are.
We get a disease, we get a flu or something like that about every 5 years comes through that kills this many people. I don't know what made this so special, other than it was an excuse for the government tyrants to try to control our lives. That's it.
Well, that's what I had. I had this test yesterday because I had similar symptoms back in middle of January. Went to the walk-in clinic. They gave me what they called a Z-Pack, which had 4 prescription pills. But I was out on my back for a week. And it was a slow
Boathouse almost went bankrupt.
I didn't have to pay off my mortgage. But so that's why I had to go in and do extra testing. And they're looking at my charts and all that stuff. So, but I haven't had any symptoms. I did have, but I don't know if that was because I had too much vodka. That could have happened. And I ate some uncooked pizza.
What's the definition of too much?
When it starts coming up.
Yeah,
That's when your lungs are saying, okay, you had enough. And we talk about the bars shutting down. Some of the chain restaurants, Starbucks is permanently closing 900 of their locations. And some of these other ones, they're going to keep the chain going. But, IHOP, Denny's, TGI Fridays, closing over 600 restaurants. Some will just never recover.
That's right.
And they will end up in bankruptcy courts. Wait till you see the Chapter 11 bankruptcies coming on. And now we've talked, and the time we made him, and then we'll do top 10, and then we'll do the Eye on the Flag. Everybody's insisting on changing names, like the Washington Redskins are under fire. Well, they've always been under fire to change the name of the Redskins.
I have a great suggestion for a new name for them. The Washington Idiots, because that's what that place is full of.
Yeah, there you go. I like it when he gets excited. You know, and leave Mount Rushmore alone. And the Redskins, I talked about that. And we talked in prior weeks about Lady Antebella as now Lady A. And who was the other one?
Being sued for that. The Dixie Chicks is not just the chicks. Now, isn't that a slight towards, women? I thought women were all upset about being called chicks.
Oh, yeah, then they'll have to. Now, you know that big in the South, grocery store is very popular, 100-year-old name Winn-Dixie? Mm-hmm. They said, screw it, we are keeping Winn-Dixie. Why not? I think there's this,
right.
all this name changing is going way over the top. For
You're
those,
changing your name to Gunga.
he's my idol. Trump signed yesterday an extension for the Paycheck Protection Program that was supposed to run out at the end of July. It's going to go for another 5 weeks to August 8th to let Congress sort it out. And apparently, out of the $670 billion that the program started shelling out money, there's $130 billion still left out there.
That's going to some guy in Nigeria.
Yeah, right.
That's it. So, okay.
And so I guess my only suggestion is, and then there's a good chance that they're going to come up with a second wave of stimulus checks or stimulus money.
God, I hope not. Go back to work. Quit relying on the
Well,
government.
that's the argument of bringing up this extra 600 because there's no incentive for somebody to go back to work. And
Yep.
what they're saying, if you as a cash reward, now they're going to reward people instead of
For not
unemployment,
working.
They're going to reward them going back to work. Well, it's, but anyway, I did talk to somebody that got their stimulus check in the form of a debit card. And I don't know why, there was, I think, a couple million that did it, got it that way, and they were just able to go to a bank and transfer it into their account or just actually use it as a Visa card. So,
Casinos and strip joints, here we come.
let me ask you this, they want to have conversation. Here's an article in...
That's the most overused word. Let's have a conversation. We need a conversation about this.
Okay. Well,
No,
I'm
no.
going to just bring it up, just to get your opinion. A 6-year-old girl was kicked out of a daycare center for wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt saying it was promoting racism. Now, is that racism or is that a political statement? The girl's 6 years old. Or should we not even... Well, why should they just let her wear that? A 6-year-old...
I think they should ban all printing on T-shirts. How about that?
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
This is
I never wear a T-shirt that has printing on it. So.
Oh, I did. I got one at Menards the other day, and it's one of those. Looks like the picture of the Liberties. I was
Or
Liberty for all.
if I do, there's another shirt over it, so
Yeah.
it's not because I'm not. Most of it is just advertising anyway. So why bother to promote some idiot? I got a big news story, Uncle
Okay,
Scotty.
go ahead.
As I was coming on my way out here, going up 60th Street, I noticed they're making great progress on the man-made lake for the nude beach in Pervert World.
Oh, that's right.
They're excavating there,
Yeah.
the whole big lake. Oh boy, they got all kinds of pipes on the side. They got all these digging machines and everything, big piles of dirt. So it's good to see Pervert World is finally moving in the right direction.
They came and got rid of all the mounds of recycled concrete, and it's got all grass now.
Yep.
What they're actually
Not
putting
anymore. Now there's big piles of dirt all over
Well,
the place. So
they're digging a.
they're making a man-made lake
It's supposed to
for the
be-
nude beach in
supposed to-
Pervert World.
Okay, we'll stay with that. No wonder Anoranium doesn't care for this show. At any rate, we're going to do a top 10 here. We can come back and do some of this at another time. You know, Tucker Carlson, very well-respected Fox News for 18 years. He says, what holiday should be canceled next? I mean, we've canceled basically Memorial Day. All the events we canceled. All the events for 4th of July. What's the next event that somebody wanted to get rid of Columbus Day and replace it with Juneteenth Day? You know what?
Well,
What's wrong
I have
with-
no problem with Juneteenth Day, and that thing was totally inaccurately reported because when it was proposed, they just said, let's make Juneteenth Day a holiday. What does it do? It gives all the federal employees another paid day off.
Which
And
costs us.
How many? They said it's $600 million
Yeah.
for a day off. So Ron Johnson came along and says, well, if we, instead of doing that, why don't we substitute Columbus Day, which is not, very widely celebrated, except by members of the Italian American community.
Right.
It's fine. So we should keep that. So I guess that has now been amended to if they want to take that as a holiday, it will take away of their discretionary time off. They will lose a day under their contract. So to take a personal, they will eliminate one personal day or whatever, sick day or something like that.
Well, the mayor of
sometime
Chicago,
there, which is fine.
Lizzie Lightfoot or whatever her name is.
Larry.
Larry let's not go planning on taking a trip through the Illinois tollway.
Well, you can't now. If you come from another 15 states, you got to stay quarantined for 14 days if you go to Chicago.
Well, at any rate, she was against it because it would cost the city of Chicago a couple $1 million if they were going to have to pay somebody more. Mm-hmm. So I think you're going to see some things like Elmo just suggested as something in lieu of that. But at any rate, here we are. This was.
Oh, we have a top. We've got to get the ding-a-ling out.
Okay. Written in her home office on the patio here at Barter Manor, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. This is Kenosha Today's top 10 events to attend this 4th of July weekend. Number 10, the Kenosha fireworks on the lake. Whoops, canceled. Number 9, Racine's 4th Fest Parade. Whoops, canceled. Number 8.
Oh, I heard they're having it.
Not as it was originally supposed to be.
Right. It's different.
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks with a wagon and a couple Boy Scouts with it. Number 8, the Summer's 4th of July Parade and Ice Cream Social. Whoops, canceled. Number 7, enjoy the Simmons Island Beach. Whoops, closed off. Number 6, travel to Racine's North Beach for their own brand of fireworks. Whoops, only 5 wounded. Number 5, taking a Cubs Brewers game. Whoops, not yet. Number 4, join a wild weekend of protests and looting in Madison. Whoops, take your chances. Number 3, get a COVID-19 test from Dr. Bendover. Whoops, he's out of gloves and sanitizer. Number 2, enjoy a pandemic ride on the trolley to nowhere. Whoops, not running. And here's the number 1 Kenosha Today 4th of July event this weekend. This is a Chintzy promo, Elmo. Watch the Kenosha Today Breakfast Club Saturday at 10 a.m. with replays on YouTube, Spectrum Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Just whoops. So, anyway, maybe this week we can figure out some music, a couple more music.
Yep.
We're gonna close this up, and we'll finish with "I Am the Flag."
All right.
And that is going to wrap it up for the July 4th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. We want to thank our sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, the Union Park Tavern, Kenosha's For Open Honest Government, and Charlie B's Kids for Cancer Treatment Foundation. We have been streaming to you live this morning from the Barter Manor studio, located on the corner of Happy and What Went Wrong. And to all you who are truly making a difference during this pandemic time of crisis, we sincerely thank you for your efforts and sacrifices. We all owe you a huge debt of gratitude. And so, for Elmo and myself, until we meet next time, we thank you for the privilege of your time. I'm Scottie Barter, and have a very safe and pleasant weekend.
Happy Independence Day, everybody.
I am the flag of the United States of America. I was born on July 4th, 1776, and the Declaration of Independence is my birth certificate. The bloodlines of the world run through my veins, for I offer freedom to the oppressed. I stand for many things to many people. I am the nation. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Anzio, Normandy, Guam, Iwo Jima, Korea, Saigon, Grenada, Beirut, Panama, in the Persian Gulf, and a score of places long forgotten by all those who were there with me. I was there. I led my soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen. I followed them. I watched over them, for they loved me. When freedom called, I answered and stayed until it was over. I left my heroic dead in Flanders fields, in the oceans of the Pacific and Atlantic, in the steaming jungles of Vietnam, in the waters of the Persian Gulf, the sands of Desert Storm, and Iraqi freedom. I was conceived in freedom, and God willing, in freedom I will spend the rest of my days. May I possess always the integrity, the courage, and the strength to keep myself unshackled, to remain the citadel of freedom and the beacon of strength to the rest of the world. This is my goal, my hope, and my prayer. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on in the streets of countries I have helped set free. And sadly, even by my own country, and by those whom I have given the freedom to express their rights, it hurts. But I shall overcome because I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades in the field of battle. When I fly half-staff to honor my soldiers and lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the gravesite of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud, I am free, and I am brave. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long